Likely depending on your political perspective, Bad Bunny's performance at Sunday's big game halftime show was either awesome or terrible.
The Puerto Rican-born artist performed for about 13 minutes and included some of his more known songs.
Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin were special guest performers, and Pedro Pascal, who's in everything, Cardi B, and Jessica Alba. I missed her somehow in there. Those were the other celebrities that were making appearances.
Now, as expected, the halftime show drew mixed reactions. Well, I didn't expect that, but I guess as expected to some.
Expected it. President Trump voiced his thoughts on Truth Social, writing, "The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. Makes no sense, is an affront to the greatness of America, and doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, or excellence. Nobody understands a word this guy is saying, and the dancing is disgusting, especially for young children that are watching from throughout the USA and all over the world."
Now, singer Katy Perry, however, shared a different sentiment. She wrote on X before the show, "You got this. Bad Bunny remind the world what the real American dream looks like." And former NFL player Robert Griffin III wrote, quote, "Many people didn't understand a word Bad Bunny said during his Super Bowl halftime performance, but it was iconic because you could feel the love of people and culture. Puerto Rican culture is American culture. Together, we are America."
On the other hand, Jake Paul, YouTuber turned boxer, wrote on X, "Let's rally together and show big corporations they can't just do whatever they want without consequences. You are their benefit. Realize you have power. Turn off this halftime. A fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America. I cannot support that." And TPUSA's counter-program to the halftime show with Kid Rock, that reported an average of 4.5 million. Well, that's what are you laughing about? That's not nothing.
Very, very low compared to, as Trump would say, very, very low compared to the Super Bowl numbers that Bad Bunny
5 million
got.
people watched it.
Oh, very, very, very low.
All right, look.
Jake Paul also walked back his statements because his brother Logan Paul was like, "You're ridiculous. This is a great show." He's like, "Well, when I say fake American, I meant like,
well, I
just be quiet."
I don't care what Jake Paul or Logan Paul, I can't even tell them apart, have to say about this. For my record, it was fine. I was not offended by it. I don't think.
Why would you be offended by somebody celebrating their culture? There's no reason for offense.
Well, it was not. It was being offended to the detriment of America or the U.S. I would be offended, but I mean, I wouldn't be offended because nothing offends me. But people would be justifiably upset. There was none of that. They had, it was a celebration of the Americas, is what I basically took it.
Celebration that love is stronger than hate. A big message on the love is stronger than hate. What? That's what? That's a bad message?
Liberal.
Love is stronger than hate? Do you you prefer to hate people than love them?
It's just a liberal coded message.
No, it's not. It's love is stronger than hate.
All
you don't
right,
have to be hateful.
I wasn't done. Obviously I didn't understand it, and I don't. I like Latin music. I like Ricky Martin's a little bit, was because it was just not familiar to me. But that's fine. It doesn't have to be familiar to me. I think it's too soon for this new generation of artists. Like, we're still missing a lot of prime millennial territory, but was I offended by it? No. I thought the dancing was fun to watch. I thought the set design was pretty cool, that that it looked like
the trees were actual people that ran on.
So I thought that was all cool.
Top tier.
The music was not familiar to me, and I didn't understand it, so I was take it or leave it.
You didn't have to understand it to just dance, have a good time. It was the best 10 out of 10s. I can't complain. I didn't understand a word either, but I understood the culture. I understood the symbolism, and it gave me so much to read and learn about after the performance, because I understood that every single placement of what he did and how he was dancing, who he selected to represent the Afro-Latina and Latin nations, to show the different diversity within people that are Hispanic and of the Spanish culture. This was beautiful to see. Also, the sugar canes, it embodied historical information about Puerto Rico. And so I thought that the fact that he took that much time and detail with his performance, that's a 10 out of 10 when it comes down to production. Just alone, if you can't even appreciate the music, you can see that beautiful production and how much went into it for it to look that good. I mean, we've watched a lot of Super Bowls. Some people stand there on stage that have lights and sparkling.
The production was impressive.
The production
was
top tier. I mean, I felt like we were at a concert. A true concert, like a Beyonce concert. A lot of moving pieces that had to go well. And I think, numbers don't lie. Like I said, 4 million might be a lot, but not compared to the 158 million that tuned into the Super Bowl. So to watch Bad Bunny, and also the NFL does not care what Turning Point has to say. They don't care what Republicans have to say.
All right, well, then
they literally don't watch it, because guess what? They know that they're trying to be a global sport, and they're reaching the masses not only in the U.S., but the 24 million people that bought Bad Bunny's last album. And so, I mean, way bigger than Kid Rock. His top album sold 11 million copies in 1998.
All right, I was most excited to see Lady Gaga. That does it for us today on Rising Live. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more exclusive YouTube content coming your way. That's later today. We'll be back here tomorrow. See you then.